So excited. Oh, we're live now. We're live now.
We are now. We are live.
Woohoo!
Live with Mimmer. See up in the upper left-hand corner. It says live.
Oh, yep, there we are. We're live. Ooh, have been for 12 seconds. Yes. I'm still snuffling from my cold.
Huh?
I'm still snuffling from the cold.
Yeah. Sounds that way.
Yeah. Oh.
You have one person who may stick around and say hello. We hope.
We have a person?
It's upper right-hand, upper left-hand
person.
corner, top.
Oh.
The little person icon. There's a number one next to it. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello, world.
Hello, world.
This is the Taco Podcast, episode 90. This is our 90th podcast episode.
We've done so many.
On YouTube. So 90 episodes on YouTube. We actually hit 136. It's 136 total, but the other ones were on SoundCloud.
Oh.
So, yeah, but now we're only on YouTube. And the other person, the person who was here, is gone. You had your opportunity to make a friend.
Oh, okay. No friends. That's sad.
So today you want to talk about spooky what?
I want to talk about spooky season. It's spooky season.
Okay.
Dude, pardon me for the snuffling again. Yes, I'm so excited for October.
Okay, to you, first let's start off small.
Okay.
What do you consider spooky season? Why is it a season instead of just an event?
Oh, well, because why contain it to just an event? Spooky season is fun. It should be a season, a thing that you do, like, honestly, and we should start it in September. We shouldn't wait for October, but waiting for October.
So you want to do it, so you think spooky season should start when it's like the seasons change to fall?
Legit, like, yeah, end of August, September should begin spooky season. And ideally, spooky season should last until spring. Yeah, it should be a whole, fall, winter thing.
What would you do for an entire season of spooky season?
Oh man, all kinds of stuff. First off, I've got so many fun ideas to do this year. One of them, I'm sure, I've been talking about doing it for years, and I've just never gotten around to doing it. But the jellyfish costume, gonna make a jellyfish costume. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
It's going to, so I'm going to take a clear umbrella, and I've got battery operated lights, and I'm going to string the battery operated lights on the inside in a pattern. And then I got these things from the craft store. They're like these little clear tubes. They're like iridescent. I'm going to attach those to it along with some lace and other little ribbon things. And I'm going to make a jellyfish costume. Super easy. And I'm going to promise I'm going to finally put that project together, and we're going to take pictures of it, and we're going to upload it whenever I get that done. But it's a prom. Finally going to do it. Finally going to make my jellyfish costume.
For yourself?
Yes.
You're going to be a jellyfish?
Yeah.
What are you going to wear on the rest of your body?
Nothing. I'm just going to be naked, and then it's just going to be the umbrella.
Maybe you're going to an adult party, I guess.
Jellyfish don't wear clothes.
Maybe it would work out that way.
Actually, I gave zero thought to what I'm going to wear under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Ooh, you know what? I've got that sequin dress. Sparkly.
I think that would take away from the costume, and people would just want to be wondering why you're wearing an umbrella with things hanging off it.
All right, you got a point there.
So you probably want to go subtle, or like a blackout.
I guess I'm going back to naked. Yeah.
Going back to naked.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, to each their own, man. Whatever floats your boat. Mm-hmm. If you want to do that, then do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything.
Well, but it's.
I'm certainly not going to make a costume.
But it's spooky season. You got to do something.
Well, I mean, I might wear like a T-shirt that says that this is my costume, or maybe I'll borrow that one. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an interesting idea. So, how long have you had this costume idea?
5 years.
For 5 years, you've been gathering the things to make this costume?
Yeah, so
This
originally
sounds like a lot of your craft projects.
when Taco was born, the idea was to dress him up as a clownfish, and then I was going to be a jellyfish, or yeah, I was going to it was going to be a cute like mom son. I don't think I can get him to dress up like a clownfish now, but
Why not?
because he wants to be a creeper.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I haven't put any thought into what he wants to be. If I had my way, I'd just dress him up as a robot or something.
Oh God, you remember that robot costume we made for Elizabeth when she was little?
Yeah,
That was fun to make, but
it wasn't fun to make.
we didn't cut. So we took the box and we lined it with tinfoil, and then we took battery operated lights and we poked them through the thing so that they were taped on the inside, but the lights were showing whatever. And
The box it wasn't lined. It was covered on the outside with aluminum foil.
yeah, covered on the outside. Sorry, not lined. Like that would be super uncomfortable. But I made the box too long. So poor kiddo, when she went up to go trick or treat, like on the second house, I think she had to do steps, and she went to go step up, and she couldn't because the box was too long, and she just that was you know what? You live and learn.
Yeah, it wasn't the first time you tried to kill her with one of your outfits. And it probably won't be the last. I mean, even now she's an adult now. And she's made it this far.
She made it this far.
Yeah,
We got her to adulthood.
we did.
Yeah.
Somehow, we're not sure though, but we did it.
Yeah, the robot costume was fun. That was fun.
And now we get to try it all over again with another one. With our son.
And we learned. We've learned along the way things not to do. So
What did we learn?
first off, if you're making a robot costume, make sure that it's above the knees so the kiddo can bend.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So that's like number one.
Right.
Let's see, the other one we learned was
Well, I know of one that's really important.
Yeah.
Never let you make a piñata. Tell the world about your foray into making a piñata.
I
Well,
want
I'll
to preface this by saying that the only experience I had with paper mache had been in an art class where we used a wire form. So I made a piñata using paper mache.
using chicken wire and almost a half inch of paper mache. The thing weighed about 300 pounds.
It didn't weigh that much.
Okay, we hoisted it up in a tree, and the tree almost fell over.
It didn't. It didn't. No.
It was, and then adults swinging as hard as they could with a baseball bat could not bust this thing open. How she expected a little girl to break open this piñata was never going to happen. And we finally ended up laying it on the ground, and they beat it on the ground, and they still couldn't get it open. And just think of what the cost was building that star piñata versus what we could have went and bought one for.
It just makes the treats that they got out of the piñata that much.
The kids didn't see it that way. The adults are all like, what was she expecting this thing to do? Drop out of an airplane? It probably would have survived that. Because I remember we ended up poking a hole in it and just dumping everything out on a basketball court for them because it would not break.
Live and learn.
I mean, if anybody needs an indestructible piñata, you've got that covered. I mean, the chicken wire, man, gosh. There was at least 10 pounds of chicken wire in it.
There was not 10 pounds of chicken wire.
Oh, yeah. Well, you used an entire roll of chicken wire. Plus. Yeah. It wasn't. The thing was that big.
It wasn't
that
huge. Big.
It was a star from point to point. It was about that big. Okay. Well, you know what? It's that long. But so you learned that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you learned any other lessons for costumes or anything that that you don't want to make with this child?
Well, when I made Elizabeth's pirate costume, that was pretty easy. I used leftovers from the fancy costume that I had made, like a
I
uh,
don't remember the fancy costume.
so it was shoot, now I can't even remember the name of the style, but it was one with the big skirts. Yeah, and I used like a brocaded satin for
Was
it.
it Frozen?
Frozen wasn't out when she was.
Oh, I don't know.
No, but it
That's
was
the only thing I can think of.
like a similar style though, with the big skirt,
Mm.
and it laced up the back, and then made a similar one for her cousin out of a different satin, and I had a lot left over. So the following year, when they had a pirate birthday party, I just took that brocade satin and I just made I used pajama pants pattern, and I just made the puffy pajama pants for the pirate pants. Worked out great. Yeah, it was super super easy to put together, really simple. The kids loved it. And then I just went down to Goodwill to get big puffy pirate style shirts. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so back to your spooky season.
Mm.
Are you just doing the Halloween costume and that's it? Or is
No,
it? Do
no,
you have
no.
more things planned?
I've got so many more things planned. First off, pumpkin pie, dusk till dawn, just a feast of pumpkin pie. You're gonna eat so
You
much
have
squash.
all the stuff to make pumpkin pie all year round,
I know.
and you have enough in the house right now to
I know.
make a lot of pumpkin
I
pie.
love pumpkin pie. It's so good. I love my mom's pumpkin pie recipe. It's got a really heavy spice palette. It's so delicious. It's
Yeah,
so
but your
delicious.
mom's is made with love. Yours is kind of made with, I don't know if it's going to turn out.
You don't get any pie now.
I don't want any. I don't like pumpkin pie. You know that.
It's perfect. It's the perfect food. You can have it as a dessert. You can have it in the morning for breakfast. It's a vegetable. Vegetables are great for you.
No, they're not.
But
Steak. Steak is good for you. Medium rare. or
red meat is
rare.
bad for your arteries.
I'm only going to live once.
That's not true. Necromancers exist. You could live twice.
What's that?
Necromancers.
I don't know what that is.
It's the. Never mind.
Okay, good. Because I'm not going to live twice. Once I'm done with this shell and I leave this shell, now this soul and being is not being recycled back into existence. There are some souls that just never get reused again, and this one is not.
Are you sure?
Yep,
Are you absolutely positive?
absolutely positive.
Was it like a one and done, or
It's-
your soul's
well,
just been around for so long?
It didn't. The soul didn't quite take. I keep on dragging it along with me everywhere. It's like, come with me, Mr. Soul. You have to go with me. But yeah, I'm one and done. That's it. Some models just don't work out.
Yeah, you're just a prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They live and learn. You take what works with it, and you move on to the next one. But so pumpkin pie,
Pumpkin
spooky
pies.
costume.
Oh yeah. So I got this idea off of. Oh, hi, Super Chat Cat. Nice to see you.
Hello.
So I got this idea off of Facebook. Somebody had posted taking cheesecloth and draping it over a doll, and then using one of those light adhesive sprays to kind of get it to set form, and then spraying it with glow in the dark paint. So I'm gonna make little ghosties to put everywhere.
Okay. All right. See, I was partially paying attention there. So now you have to go back and explain to me, why would you be spraying a doll with glow in the dark paint?
Because you're going to cover it with cheesecloth, and then the cheesecloth is going to take the shape of the doll, and then you cover it in glow in the dark paint. So then you've got little ghosty figures.
Great, got that part. Now explain to me what you're going to do with these ghosties.
Oh, I'm gonna put them everywhere
Why?
because it's spooky season.
Okay. You know what? I guess that's good enough of an explanation. I just don't understand why you'd want to spray paint things. Most glow in the dark paints and stuff are just a huge disappointment. They're not that bright.
That's true. Although, if you keep in mind, glow in the dark has come a long way from when we were kids. like I remember the first glow in the dark thing I got, and I was like super excited, and it was just like the weak ass glow that you had to like be in complete dark isolation to see, and it was really diffuse, and it was just weak. And nowadays, like those glow in the dark stars I got for Taco's room, holy crap, those things are bright.
I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, what is little man going to be? He wants to be a creeper.
A creeper from
Minecraft.
From Minecraft.
He wants to be a Minecraft creeper. He might change his mind. He's 5, but for now, he wants to be a Minecraft creeper.
I think he changed his mind as soon as he told you that.
Although Will and I bought a lot of costumes for little dude. As he was.
I haven't bought him a single one.
Okay, so I bought a lot of costumes for little dude.
Yeah, let's tell the truth now. Come on.
So he dresses up pretty frequently. He's got costumes he can dress up in. He's got little dragon hoodies and little, he's actually has a pajama onesie that is a creeper suit. So actually might make it easy. Just like it's time for Halloween, done. There's your pajamas, or I could get him to dress up like a clownfish so that, I could finally do he's a clownfish and I'm a jellyfish,
Excuse me. Okay. But, so, you have the costume idea. You have pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
You got to make a season out of this. You need a whole lot more things.
Oh, my gosh. Well, first off.
And the creepy dolls.
And the creepy dolls. I'm trying to get, I want us to go to the pumpkin patch again because we've gone. I know you don't, but it's a family thing, and we're going to have fun.
I think it's such a waste of time.
And
it's such a long drive all the way out there just to pick out a pumpkin.
Well, we're not going to the one that we went to a couple years back. No, we're not going there.
Okay, I understand. Which one? The other? We only go to 2.
Yeah, so we're not going to that one. We're going to the other one. But the kids like it, and I like watching them have fun. And come on, Taco had a blast last year. Remember?
No.
Oh, that's right.
I know.
You were working. Taco had a blast last year. It was great.
I'm like, nope, I wasn't there. I mean, okay.
He made me go on the roller coaster like a million times, but it was a kid's roller coaster, so it's not like scary. It's just like, But for some reason, they jerk you around the turns, so pretty sure I got whiplash or something. I'm just like,
Okay.
Taco thought it was great.
Are you planning anything else with the little guy?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of worried. I want to, worried what spooky season is going to look like this year with restrictions and stuff like that. I want him to have fun, but I also want him to be safe,
What, you don't want him to play in the road?
Booger. I don't want him to catch the C word.
COVID?
I thought we're not supposed to say it.
No, we're not supposed to. We're not. This channel's not monetized, so they're not going to put any warnings on our channel or anything at all.
Yeah, I worry.
It's just they're pulling down misinformation about COVID, and they're shutting down channels that have expressly been warned about not spreading falsehoods and false information about cures for COVID. So we don't do that. So
okay, all right. So yeah, I don't want him to catch COVID.
Well, I was kind of hoping he would that way. I really like it when he's miserable.
Well, one of the things that that really worries me about it is that
do that thing with the foot.
This last week, though I was sick, the baby was sick. He's running a fever, but he's still just like zipping around the house like he's fine, and I'm just laying there wrapped up in blankets like I feel like ass, and the baby's just like, everything is wonderful. He's got 101 temperature fever. I'm like, why? Convalesce with the rest of us.
Well, that was his slow mode.
Yeah, that was his slow mode.
Yeah, he was only running 105 miles an hour.
He got so mad at me the other day because I kicked him off the computer because I had work. I'm like, this is my computer and I actually have things I need to do. You need to, go entertain yourself elsewhere. But And he gets all mad. He goes, "No working. I gotta work. You gotta, gotta share. Mommy needs her computer." So he scampers off to the living room, and I sit down at my computer and I pull up the page I need to work on, and then I hear this thunk. Like, "Buddy, what are you doing?" "I'm working." If only you could sell that. Oh my gosh, right?
What?
She says, "If only you could sell that energy." Right? If I could bottle that energy, holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he gets it. How he just like he goes from the time he gets up until the time he goes to bed. And even when he's laying down to go to sleep, like you can see he's got dark little patches under his eyes. His eyelids are drooping. He's so tired and he's still just like telling me all about his day.
Yeah. He crashes and it's just out.
Hmm.
And then when he wakes up, he's up.
He woke me up the other day. I got woken up. He's this far from my face, and he's doing this. Uncle Walkie face. I'm just like,
So you want to tell people what the context is to what an akawaki is?
Oh, sorry. Akawaki face is like a hungry monster face. Like,
How did the word akawaki come up?
we're not entirely sure how the word akawaki came up. We think from context clues that he combined hungry and angry to make akawaki.
And now he is for everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least he wants to see your akawaki face.
Yeah, and we were at
Sorry. I can't turn the stupid thing off.
We were at the pool the other day, and he told me he had akawaki toes. He managed to stick his whole leg in the drain thing for the pool, and it's got like a little cover like over here, right? So he's in the pool. Here's the cover. He sticks his whole leg in there. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he pops his toes out of the cover, so they're like, it's on the sidewalk portion of the pool. Pops up and he goes, "Akawaki toes," and starts wiggling his toes at me. It was cute. It was very cute.
Well, he's a handsome little man.
Yeah, he is.
I think I'm going to keep him.
I'm partial to him. Plus, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars keeping him alive. So
Right. Well, so far.
Yes, and that's just so far.
I mean, how are we going to redeem our investment?
Definitely, we gotta.
Yeah, we got to go long term with this one.
Yeah. Yeah. NICU stays are not cheap. So pumpkins. I plan on going to the markets, getting the ugliest pumpkins I can find, like the super warty, bumpy, weird looking ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
then I'm going to plan to carve them, but I'm not actually going to do that, and they're just going to sit on the porch until they get all rotty.
So just like every year. Just like every year. They just sit there. June rolls around. There's a giant green thing on the porch. What's that? Oh, that's our pumpkin from October. Yes. Yes. It's just like every time you go to the store and you buy a melon, a watermelon, a cantaloupe, any kind of melon, it goes in the refrigerator and it just sits there forever, or it sits on the counter.
That's not true. I cut the last one in half. We ate half of it.
You're terrible.
The baby loves watermelon. He was so cute at the farmer's market the other
day. He does,
day.
but he really prefers it when his mother cuts it up for him.
Yeah, we go to the farmer's market. He knows exactly where the watermelons are at.
Melon.
And I tell him, I go, "Okay, so you want to pick out a melon?" He goes, "Yeah." And so we're at the watermelons, and I go, "Okay, you can pick one. You can pick one," because he's like pointing. He wants all of them. I go, "You can pick one watermelon." He looks at me and he goes, "Two." Pick two. You can pick one. It's all trying to barter with me. How about I pick two? Like last night, I'm reading him his book, and I'm like, "Okay, well, you already got to watch TikToks with your Sippa, and I already read you one book. Now I'll read you one more Leslie Patricelli book, and that's it. Two Patricelli."
Yeah, yeah, I was there. I watched that. So the other day, he brings his tablet up and he wants you to download something.
Yeah.
Or approve it, to be downloaded. Well, he wants me to download some game. It costs like $7.95, and I'm like, "What's this?" I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." I go, "This costs money." This costs money. And so I hit no, and he takes the tablet, he walks away, he comes back, and it's the same thing again. And he wants me to buy it. And I said, no, this costs money, buddy. You have to pay money. So he walks up behind me and he grabs my pocket where my wallet is. And he's trying to pull my wallet out of my pocket. He's 5, but he's pretty damn smart. He's like, oh, well, Daddy, you must have endless amounts, because I always see you get your wallet out when you have to pay for something. Whatever he's thinking, but he knows that where my wallet is, so he goes to try to pull it out of my pocket, and I'm like, yeah, he's only 5, and he's already asking for my card. I'm like, no, and then, but I actually thought about buying it when he first brought it over to me, but his Sippa, which is his sister, he calls her Sippa. When she came in the room and she goes, oh, he doesn't need that. It's free. It comes. That's just an extension, but he can get the extension already on the game.
Oh, was it one of his Saga games?
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought him Saga World.
Yeah, I know. But it was like this one of the extensions. If you hadn't bought the World,
yeah,
and he wants me to pay to download it. I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, here he has that.
Yeah, he's already got Saga World. However, Saga World is a little bit glitchy, and I think he keeps asking me to download video editors. I'm like, how many video editing programs do you need, bud?
He doesn't have them. I delete them. He downloads them, or he tries to download them, and I just delete them all. When I pick up his tablet and he goes to bed, I'm deleting stuff off of there. But he keeps on changing the font, so you can't close out the pages. So the X, when on a pop-up page or a page, you can't just hit the X and close it out. You have to go back into settings first, and then unlock it, so you can then close the actual settings. Otherwise, he just fills it full of pages.
He's wise to your tricks, Dad.
He's smart. he's smart. I mean, pretty soon he's gonna be doing programming, writing code.
Probably. I wonder if I can get him as excited as for spooky season.
Hmm?
Is he more? He is.
I can't read it.
Super Cat. Is he more verbal now? More so with family. Yeah, he is more verbal now.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, not. He's got some words that are more clear, and other words that he is really still struggling with. Really basic words, but but when he is in public, he won't say anything at all, unless he's talking directly to you, and he won't look at you and then say something. He'll look down at you or somewhere near you and try to say something, but he won't look at you.
Yeah, he's so he still has some significant barriers with verbal communication, but he is showing a lot of improvement. But his overall communication, he communicates really good, and he's kind of, I want to say, a little bit snarky sometimes. For somebody who's not very verbal, he can be a little bit of a he asked my mom for her phone, and she says she doesn't have it with her, and phone please, I don't have my phone. Phone please, I don't have it, bud. So then he goes over to his PAX, his visual communication board thing, and he takes, I want phone please, and he takes it off the thing and he hands it to her. I was like, she goes, I don't have it. He's just like pointing to the thing. He's like, okay, clearly you didn't understand what I was saying. So
clearly you didn't understand me, because here it is.
I want your phone. So yeah, but he's, for all that he has trouble communicating verbally, he's a really good reader. Like, he'll read all kinds of stuff. He's taken to, he'll even read boxes that he sees, he'll read all kinds of stuff, but
you can't get him to communicate it, though.
Yeah, and trying to get him to talk is,
I mean,
difficult.
just simple words like ball, cat, bat, words like that, he won't say them. But then he'll hear his mother say, "Oh, fuck this," and he'll repeat that all day long. What was it last night? All night long? What was he saying? Oh yeah. but he's in that stage though where he's hearing things and he's trying to communicate, with us and with the world. And he doesn't understand the context of the words, so he's like, well, if somebody else said it, and he knows how to say that, or he knows how to say something close to it, so he just keeps on repeating it until he somebody, and he watches you for the reaction. Oh, I said that right. It may be a bad word, but he said it right. So then he locks that away as another word that he knows.
To be fair, as far as that word goes, I mean, he uses it contextually appropriately.
I didn't say he wasn't using it appropriately.
I mean, actually, for most stuff, so he has what they call echolalia. So he'll repeat words and phrases, and it has to do with like how he learns language, whereas a lot of people learn individual words and then we learn what those words mean and then we learn to combine them into sentences. He learns whole phrases. So like he knows, for example, it's time for your bath means it's time for him to go to his bath, but he doesn't know that each word has an individual meaning. So it's kind of like where a lot of people start here and then they build up. He starts up and then works his way down. So the pediatric psychologist tells us that eventually, his language skills will, improve. But a lot of experts have told us also is that Will and I, not on purpose, didn't really encourage his verbal skills because we know how to interpret his nonverbal speaking, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that and when from the time he was born, we've always used sign language with him, where he may not be able to verbally communicate. We've given him, and we gave him the practices of, sign language, for love, phone, everything, hungry. We taught him that as but the school system doesn't see that as communication. And his teacher actually really does not like the fact that he uses sign language to try to communicate when they're trying to, because we're focused on saying things, little man, to him, but instead of him, he'll sign it out. And it's like, but so, yeah, damned us for teaching our son, a method of communication when he was a baby, because when we knew he was going to have barriers to actually talking and communicating in other ways. So we're terrible parents.
My son is verbal, but he's still rather silent unless he wants to argue. Then he's all mouth.
It's all mouth.
Yeah, that's kind of our little dude. For someone who's not very verbal, he manages to convey his disdain very, very succinctly.
Yeah, in multiple ways. If verbally, sign, and doing his favorite thing is like he knows how to pull our heartstrings when he's sad. He'll make like a big lip, and then he'll literally grab his lip and pull it down. So it's a larger lip, and then he backs up, and then he'll curl up into a ball, and then he'll start to fake cry because it's like and then he always says the same thing over and over again. I'm sad, baby. I'm sad, baby. I'm sad, baby.
Cause sad face. I got my sad face.
Sad face. Put on my sad face.
I scooped him up the other day when he was doing that. I said, "You got sad face? You got no happy face? No happy face."
No happy face.
So is there happy in here? No. Is there happy in here? No happy face. Went through the whole, and then he goes, "Happy toes."
Yeah.
He had happy toes.
He always has happy toes. Happy Akawaki toes.
Yeah, he's a card. We get a kick out of him. He's one of the he's always like, yeah, you think you got jokes, little dude? I'm not gonna fall for your jokes, because he likes to. I don't even know where he got it from. When his sister was little, like what, 2.5, 3 years old, she had this thing with sticking her fingers up people's noses, just like straight up the nose.
No reason.
Yeah, just
no reason. Just walk right up
your nose. I was holding her one day, talking to Will, and she jams her finger at my nose, sliced the whole inside of my nose with her fingernails. I'm just like gushing blood. She thinks it's hilarious. I'm just like, it's a huge mess everywhere. Taco's got this thing about shoving his whole hand in your mouth, and he'll come up to you and be like, no, I know what you're up to. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for your tricks. No.
Yeah.
It's like if I wait a second.
But his major issues besides the communications is he is very easily overstimulated.
Mm.
And once he gets overstimulated, he just shuts down and kind of brings everything in on himself.
Well, it's hard to find that balance. Like, he's
Oh,
understimulated, but it's so easy, so wanting to make sure that he's stimulated so he's not bored, but then trying to find that.
that ain't gonna happen.
I wish we could see him. Yeah.
We've definitely made it. We've made a conscious decision to never, exploit him on the internet or have him on the internet because and we know that you wanting to see him, and K-Love, and other people who are fans, of our content would, enjoy seeing him to make, have context to what he's like and everything else. But it's the other people out there who don't know him, don't care about us, that would love to nothing more but to exploit him, and use him for whatever. And he can't verbally or at this age mentally say that he wants to do this, that he wants his image and his likeness to be out there on the internet. So until that day actually comes, it won't happen. And we've made that decision as a family. And yeah, we see a lot of channels out there that they'll bring the kids on in the background or talk about, it boosts the views. Hey, look, there's something cute my kid's doing.
Well, and it's, to be fair, I wouldn't want
But
to.
just don't take my comment the wrong way.
Yeah.
I understand, why people want to see him. It's just.
I mean, heck, he's adorable. All right.
Well, but that's the same thing that every parent says. But he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the most adorable, little boy there ever has been.
I understand why other channels, will have their kids on there. And, honestly, I think for some families it's fine. It's a way to bring the family together. So everybody's doing the same thing. And kids are online these days. I mean, even our little guy, he's constantly editing videos and taking photos and, heck, he taught himself how to type. None of us did that. He was Googling things. We're like, okay, so this is a thing we have to keep an eye out for now. As he's all on my like looking up Nerf guns. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna be a little careful. But for our family, it's not the right choice at this time. But I totally appreciate that you guys want to see him. And
Well, a lot of
do
people,
want
a
to
lot
share
of
him
people,
with you.
a
'Cause
lot
he's
of
so
people
cute.
have definitely asked, inquired about how he's doing.
I'm sorry about the snuffling. I'm
And there have been people who have um, given donations to financially support things that to get things for him that they think that would be beneficial for him in learning. And it's like, but you can't show, can't have him on. You can't send me a picture. I'm like, no, I can't even, not even in an email. I won't even send you a picture. But I really do understand why. It's just, I don't want to make that decision for him. Someday, who knows? And 10 years from now, ladies and gentlemen, he could be the next YouTube rising star. If he decides at that point that he wants to do, YouTube or whatever's around at
I wouldn't
that
even
time.
give it 10 years, like five
No.
max.
No, he has to be able to consciously make that decision for himself.
10-year-olds can make conscious decisions.
What?
Hey.
I'm not even sure if I made the right conscious decision to be on the internet. But I mean,
for all we know, he's got a secret YouTube channel he's already started.
This could possibly be it.
I don't know if we told you guys this yet or not, but in his preschool class, he was a part of the Early Learning Center through our school district. And they had a math tablet that the kids could play little math games on and stuff like that. And it was supposed to just be the math games that the kids could access. Well, they had a rule in the classroom that Taco couldn't use the math tablet without someone with him because he had found a way to backdoor it, and he was watching YouTube videos on the math tablet rather than playing the math
They had
games.
disabled the internet from not only the classroom, but they had disabled the everything. So you couldn't get on these. These are child-safe tablets. They had completely scrubbed everything, browsers, everything from them completely. And he found a way to not only get on the internet, but to then toggle onto one of the teachers' Wi-Fi networks from their cell phone. He figured it out. Oh, this is how you backdoor get in onto the internet when she's here because I can use her Wi-Fi signal from her cell phone. And he's 5, and he's like doing this, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And she's like, "Oh," she showed me a picture that she took it with her video. She's like, "Look what he did." All the other kids are sitting around going, 1 apple plus 1 apple on their tablet is 2 apple, and he's sitting there watching YouTube videos while all these other kids in the circle are doing math. He's watching YouTube videos. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it's all Nerf guns. That's all he wants to watch. Is he wants to watch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but there's YouTube channels that do Nerf gun wars. That's all he wants to watch. He wants to watch people. He loves Nerf guns. He's all about the Nerf guns.
Yeah, that boy. But he figured it out. So now they have to sit when he had the tablet. They had to sit right next to him and watch him. All the kids would sit around in a circle doing their math, and the teacher in the middle. Now they had to put a teacher next to him and then one in the middle. So just so they could do the math that they were doing.
Yeah, I guess she was telling me that they eventually figured out, well, how he managed to do it. So they went in and closed the tablet down. And apparently he was pretty upset by that when he got the tablet and discovered he couldn't get online anymore.
If you give him enough time, he would have figured it out again.
He was not a happy baby.
Yeah, I can't read any of those. I don't have my glasses.
Oh, Super Cat Chat says it's understandable. K-Love said, wow. Super Cat Chat said he's very smart. He is very smart. Honestly, I know this is going to sound really cliche, but I think all children are smart. They just have, there's just different keys to unlocking them. That's I think all children are smart.
But at the same time, though, a lot of people, they find out that our child is autistic, and they automatically assume that he's not bright. And I'm not that you guys are, in that group, but I get that a lot from especially from friends of mine. They're like, "Oh, really? He has autism? Well, what is he?" And then inevitably the question eventually ends up with, "Well, what is he going to do after high school? Do you have to put him in a group home?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm about to beat your ass." Yeah, I had a friend who actually, asked me that just like a week ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's autistic. He's not handicapped or anything more. He just can't express himself, and he thinks differently, and things bother him. Things bother you.
Things bother me a lot.
I looked right at my friend. I won't say his name, but I looked right at him and I go, just like you're bothering me. I'm like, why are you even my friend?
Thankfully, none of my friends have done that, but that is something
It's coming though. You'll eventually get it though, because I've gotten it from people with very well intentions, who don't know anything about autism. Maybe they had kids, but they never had any children.
I have had
autism,
some disagreements with some friends. One of the, not so much now, but when he was younger, little dude was a happy screamer.
He's only 5.
If he was,
how much younger are you going to bed?
When he was, he was a happy screamer. If he was having a good day, he was yelling, right?
He's only been diagnosed with autism for what, a year?
Mm-hmm. And Will and I, not even a year, but
we knew before then, though.
Yeah, he was officially diagnosed not too long ago, but his care team suspected.
I can't turn off the cell phone because I'm in my other channel is currently, I'm downloading and uploading and exporting.
He keeps you too young. He keeps me exhausted. But yes, also young.
You young? No, we're old.
Look at my youthful face with its wrinkles and gray hair.
it is very useful. I mean, the years have been a lot better to you than me.
Well, I mean, what? Are you like 108, 109? You look great for 109.
I feel like 109.
Elizabeth, she comes up to him sometimes and goes, "Hey, Dad, what did dinosaurs look like?"
Well, let me tell you let me tell you what dinosaurs looked like, little girl. Back in my day, when it walked uphill both ways, ate
Right.
dirt and was proud, the dinosaurs would come by in the evening, and yeah, my daughter's always picking on me because I'm older than you. I'm not a grandpa yet. Not yet. Someday, little man will have kids. Yeah, I think so.
Well, Elizabeth.
I mean, I may not be around.
Elizabeth doesn't want any.
I mean, I'll be collecting Social Security, retirement benefits before he gets out of high school.
Unless Taco decides he wants kids, our family line dies here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
kaput.
That's no more. Yeah. Well, your family had a good run.
My DNA had a good run.
It did. It did. It totally did. But I mean, can't have everything in this world, right?
Mhm.
They're
Is it weird that I'm not heavily invested in the continuation of my particular genetics?
Whoa.
Well, I mean, like, if our kids don't decide to have kids, I'm not.
Right. You can't pass on the genetic profile.
That doesn't bother me that much.
What does any of this have to do with false?
We're so off topic.
I was like, wow, we were just like, yeah. Well, I mean, but back to your genetics really quickly, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't the best.
It has
genetics
to do with
anyways, 'cause
spooky.
You guys are all short.
Well, and with the whole built-in self-destruct thing.
Right. Well, I mean, shoot, look at me. I may not have cancer, but this
you
is
might
pretty
not
much,
have cancer yet.
Right. I mean,
There's
I'm pretty
still
much
time for
self-destructing
goals.
right now.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. I might have had cancer, but at least my knees work.
Wow, that was well. I'm getting it fixed. It'll be better soon.
Right.
I will be the bionic man before this is all finished.
You actually probably will be. I wonder what else they could replace.
Well,
ankles, maybe? Do they have?
No,
they have
the ankles are working pretty good so far. Knees, back, shoulders, arms.
Yeah.
That's what I've had replaced or fixed so far. So I haven't had a hip done yet.
Well, Elizabeth is currently actually working as Will's social media manager, and she's got a couple of actually fun ideas for his other channel that they're going to be rolling out soon. I don't want to do any spoilers, but I'm excited. I think she's got some good ideas. She's also doing some freelance editing, and she's selling. I'm not entirely sure, but my craft room has been taken up with an entire shelf full of things that she's selling. So,
yeah. What was the question?
Her question was, "What is Elizabeth up to these days?"
Oh, I can't see. I'm not literally from here to where the monitor is. I can see the outline of the monitor and then the colors.
You want to borrow my glasses?
No, my glasses are in the house. I think either they're on the table and I just don't know it because I can't see that far.
I'm just working on my aquarium. Nice. What kind of a setup do you have?
I used to love my aquariums. And then my daughter poisoned our fish by feeding it chocolate. That happened.
She was 5.
Yeah.
And she wanted to share with the fish.
Yep. Yeah, the fish didn't like the chocolate. And by the time I found out, the entire aquarium had turned from clear water to brown. Brownish tan. But and then I had the terrariums. I had the poisonous dart frogs, and they all died because I got a batch of crickets from PetSmart, and they had just treated them for fleas or something. And
do crickets get fleas?
There were fleas in with the crickets.
Oh.
And they treated them, and they didn't bother to tell me or the couple hundred other people who bought crickets, and it killed all of my dart frogs. they died immediately from the poison.
Yikes.
To get rid of it was meant to get rid of the fleas that were in with the crickets.
Wow, that sucks.
Yep. One just threw the hell out of them.
65-gallon freshwater.
Ooh, that's a good sized aquarium.
Yeah, I bet that would be nice and relaxing to just watch the fish when you're having a hard time sleeping. She's not back in school.
She should be.
I think that she would do well. I think she had a bad experience. Her dyslexia really wasn't supported well when she tried college the last time, and I think that she's really worried about having that same experience again. But I mean, I would like to see her go, but you know, it took me forever to go back to college and finish my degree, so I really had zero room to talk when it comes to telling my daughter.
Yeah, but you've come an awfully long ways. In just the time that we've been together.
Babe, we've been together for 20 years.
Longer than that.
I stopped counting at 20.
Yeah, I was like, a lot longer than that, hon. I mean, because we have an adult daughter in there. We have to at least be, 24, 25, 26?
She's 23, Bill.
See, I don't know how old she is. I don't know. You know what? You stopped counting how many years we've been together. I stopped counting how old she is. I just know I'm still paying for her. I'm like, I was so happy when she turned 18. I thought she was going to leave the house and not come back. But then she came back, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to start paying for this again.
She never left.
Yeah, she did.
She went on vacation.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Well, she went on vacation with you, but she left. She moved out. She moved in with Mom.
Oh, yeah, for a little while.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
See, we're old. We can't remember everything anymore. I'm like, I remember when she moved out. I do. I remember that.
She is a really smart kiddo.
Yeah, she is. She's got a heart of gold. She's very smart, and it's just trying to find her place in this world, and what she wants to do. Voice over work.
Oh yeah, she's done a little bit of voice work. Actually, she's done a little bit of a lot of stuff. She was an extra in
the TV show on FX.
It's like it was called
FX. Was it two X's?
I'm not sure. It was called Everything Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she the voiceover work. Now she's freelancing as an editor, and she's kind of consignment selling things, and then she's working for me.
Honestly, she's had a lot of life experiences,
Yeah, not bad for someone her age.
Yeah.
I mean, she just doesn't have a piece of paper and a whole lot of debt. So she doesn't have that, a lot of debt, and she doesn't have a piece of paper to hang on the wall.
Honestly, considering the cost of education nowadays, I completely understand why younger people don't want to get higher education. When I started my college career, when I was I got my degree in fits and starts. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go for a semester. Yeah, I'm done with that bullshit. I'm going to go for a semester. I'm done with that bullshit. When I started, I could afford to put myself through college working a minimum wage job. Granted, it was a local community college, but I could still afford to do it.
You can't do that now.
Absolutely
not even the same community college you went to.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The community college now that we have here is exactly $6,000 a year less than going to a prestigious four-year university. $6,000. That's it.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
You're not getting that much better of an education. They haven't improved all that much.
Yeah, I totally understand why younger generations.
It's ridiculous. That's why everybody, and like me and my friends, every time we keep, somebody tells us that they're going to go to college or one of their kids are going to go to college, we're like, wouldn't you rather have a trade? How about trade school? It's a hell of a lot cheaper, and you can get a job while you're still in school. And so you have some, money in your pocket.
Honestly,
and
I think
you're not going to be, $250,000 in debt once you're done.
We should open up, like they have Running Start, where kids starting in their junior year can attend college classes for college and high school credit. I think we need to open that up for more students. I think we need to open up a similar thing for trade schools.
It'd be nice.
Hello, Taco Podcast. I really enjoy listening to you guys. Oh, well, hi. Thank you for joining us.
Who is it?
Light Feather 23.
Oh, hi, Light Feather. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well.
Trade school is a great idea. It is, yeah. And honestly, like I said, kids these days, I totally get why they wouldn't want to go to school. It's expensive. It is almost cost prohibitive depending on what you want to do.
Well,
I like the idea.
I was reading it. Since we're way off the original topic that we started with, back to the cost of college education. The cost of textbooks from the time that I went to college to now has gone up 1,175% from the time that I went to college to now.
You know what kind of
That is
bullshit
ridiculous.
where they like don't actually add anything to the textbook. They just rearrange some stuff and they're like, now you got to buy the new version. Do I? Or I could just get this old version. That's
but some universities are going to download only. So instead of like you actually getting a book, you download the actual text to your tablet or your computer.
Well, and it's a way for textbook manufacturers to get around the secondary market because their products are so expensive. So people are buying them from each other.
It lowers their bottom line because now they're not having to produce the book. They still keep the price up and they just charge you for the digital. And then they have a set time and then they expire.
Well,
you'll never be able to access them.
You can buy them, but then on top of that, they've also got you have the textbook, but you also have to buy our digital content, which is
the study guides, and everything else. It's like here's your math book, but half of your work is going to be done by this.
My daughter goes to college, got a job through her internship. Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Internships are another way. It all depends on what you want to do, but still, here in the United States, we are severely lacking in certain trades, and it's not. I know from my friend who's he's a licensed electrician. They're so lacking for licensed electricians that they actually have been going to Canada, Mexico, the UK, Switzerland, and Australia to actually bring electricians in, trained draftsmen who can actually make and understand the blueprints and the everything else and make them in the electrical side of it for what Jason and them do, because they're into what they call smart technology. So they're not just wiring a home like with regular electricity. They're smart wiring in new homes. These are $1 million homes that they're building, but they're not just regularly wired like a normal home. Everything is done and set up for the entire place is its own hot spot and everything else, and all these things need to be done correctly. But you can't just go hire a normal electrician off the street and say go wire this house for a smart house. They don't know what the hell you're doing. So they have to go outside of the country to bring people in to actually do it. So apparently they make money.
Dang.
They make damn good money. That's the only reason why Jason and Wendy moved.
Her middle name is Elizabeth. That's awesome.
Huh?
Her kiddo's middle name is Elizabeth.
Oh, middle name is Elizabeth. Our daughter is Sapphire. Sorry, again. It's gonna my phone's gonna keep on going off. My wife and my daughter have decided that they want to feed every cat in the neighborhood.
Not every cat.
Well, okay. So I woke up yesterday morning, came downstairs. There were 7 cats in my house that weren't mine, and there were 3 cats on the porch that weren't mine. We have 1 cat, but now we have 11. 11 little kitty cats that want food. So every time that thing goes off, that's Crystal's fault because she has decided to feed the world of cats.
Maybe I actually ought to go feed them.
Well, that's why it's going off.
Yeah.
Because they're jumping off of the the chair and the bench out there to get to the food.
You want to cut the live stream and I'll go feed the kitties?
Well, quickly though, I wanted to ask you about your seasonal spooky season.
Oh my God, so off topic.
Well,
I wanted to talk about spooky season.
That's right. That's pretty much the way we are, anyways. The way the two of our brains work. It's like you're over here thinking about this, and I'm over there.
I love the chime ringtone. It is pretty nice sounding, isn't it?
But so the spooky season for you told me what you have planned for October.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have planned for November for spooky season?
Well, I was.
And when does spooky season end?
Well, I think spooky season should end in the spring, so like March.
Oh my gosh!
I think spooky season should be all fall and winter, but I believe that traditionally spooky season.
Are you going to decorate for it?
Yeah. What do you think I'm going to make the little ghosties for?
Okay. Well, besides it's just creepy looking in my house and with no context. Come November, while we're setting up for decorations for Thanksgiving, there's going to be glow in the dark babies.
Yeah, so we'll just give them turkeys. It's like
glow in the dark dolls with with turkeys.
Yeah, yeah.
And Santa Claus with glow in the dark babies, or is he going to be the baby in the manger?
Ooh, spooky.
Glow in the dark Jesus in the manger.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Spooky Santa.
Instead of Joseph and Mary, in the manger, in the wise men, we could replace them with Minecraft. Yeah.
I like how you think, babe.
Yeah.
See, you're getting into spooky season. Decorate the tree with pumpkins, like the little baby pumpkins.
Yeah, but that would mean that we actually put up a tree. We got so lazy last year, we never even put one up.
Last year sucked for everybody across the board. Last year was fine.
We're stuck at home last year, ladies and gentlemen, and we never put one up.
Looks like we have a troll. Nah, that's fine.
I hope he enjoys sucking Adolf Hitler's dick. What a nasty fucking person. All right. Yay, trolls. Yay. All right. Well, I guess we'll end the live stream there. Crystal's going to go, commit some kind of, Halloween decorative, atrocity. Whatever you're planning on doing, and you're making a costume.
I'm going to make a jellyfish costume. It's going to be great. I'm finally going to make it.
Well, tell everybody else while you're here still about your costume again.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to take a clear umbrella, and I've got battery-operated lights. I'm going to put them in a pattern on the inside. And I've got like these little iridescent tube things I got from the fabric store, some lace and some stuff like that I'm going to put on the outside so it makes, like the jellyfish little tentacly things. I'm going to make a jellyfish costume. And I promise I'm going to finally make it. I will take pictures and we will upload it to the podcast.
She promised this, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be year 5 that she's been working on this costume. But she says it's going to get done this year. And she's going to work on it here,
It's going to get done. It's gonna. Promise.
All right. And we're gonna upload pictures of it or have pictures for the next podcast episode.
Yep.
All right. So if I'm not here next week, if it's just Crystal, that's because I had surgery. So
fingers crossed he gets the surgery finally.
Yeah. Really, really, I hope so, because I can't go much longer in pain like this. So, all right. You need to use the little mousy mouse thing here. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
And see where that red button is on the bottom, in the middle of the screen there. Down.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining us, guys. Ooh, a video making and creating spooky season. That's a good idea.
Yeah. You could upload that down in the middle of the screen. There you go.
There we go.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Click on it. Click on it. Click on the end. There you go.